Oh, I don't think we're witnessing the start of an oligarchy. I think we are fully here. You literally have a completely unelected billionaire who has just taken over. You have billionaires who run news outlets like Jeff Bezos and the Washington Post, billionaires that run the LA Times, completely interjecting into their editorial boards and manipulating what's being written in them. We're here. We are here.
Emotional damage.
Opinions vary.
Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. Welcome back to Opinions Vary. Please like, share, and subscribe. And yes, emotionally damaged AOC, she has MDS, Musk Derangement Syndrome. It's the latest thing to infect Washington and a lot of the other parts of the country, too. It's TDS is now a thing of the past. That's so 2023 and 2024. No, now we have MDS, Musk Derangement Syndrome. It's taken over, and it's going to be on full display as we move through Donald Trump's presidency, as long as Elon Musk is close with Donald Trump. So let's watch a segment on The Five that's going to talk about this, about Elon Musk, about the Democrats' reaction to it, and why they are reacting to it the way they are. Let's go.
Democrats are in full meltdown mode over Elon Musk. After the Doge co-chair blasted the frivolous spending Democrats tried to jam through before the holidays, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez began to spiral over Musk's influence on President-elect Trump's policy.
Oh, I don't think we're witnessing the start of an oligarchy. I think we are fully here. You literally have a completely unelected billionaire who has just taken over. You
George Soros, would that be him?
have billionaires who run news outlets like Jeff Bezos and the Washington Post.
Leftist.
Billionaires that run the LA Times.
Leftists.
Completely interjecting into their editorial boards and manipulating what's being written in them.
Yeah, and everything that's been written in them over the past 7 years has been untruths and slamming Donald Trump. So what the hell is she talking about?
We're here. We are here.
She's a complete moron.
But Donald Trump brushed off Democrats' panic and said it's just another form of left-wing hysteria.
And no, he's not taking the presidency. I like having smart people. You know, they're on a new kick. Russia, 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 Ukraine, 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 all the different hoaxes. And the new one is, President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, that's not happening. But Elon's done an amazing job. Isn't it nice to have smart people that we can rely on?
It is. It is. It's nice to have smart people who have a lot of influence finally on our side.
I think President Trump handled this brilliantly and beautifully by saying, let's have smart people. I think the swamp fears not one innovative, brilliant billionaire businessman, but two working together to actually peel the secret door off and show us all the money that they're spending on stuff and crap we don't need and didn't quite ask for. The other thing I want to focus on AOC here for a moment, Brian, because I think this is a publicity stunt for her. Here's somebody who got walloped by septuagenarian Jerry Connolly just last week when she tried to be a ranking member for the committee. Even Nancy Pelosi voted against her. I think her influence has been waning for a while.
Republicans want her influence to grow because, as I said, she's a moron and she will sink the entire party. She will be the kill shot for the Democrat Party if she ever gets into a real position of power within Congress.
This country just rejected her form of socialism. And speaking of billionaires, at least one billionaire, Tom Steyer, has donated to her campaign. Another billionaire, George Soros, secretly funded a trip that she and some other left-wing members of Congress took to go meet with left-wing Latin America.
Right. So this whole thing about the Democrats complaining in the media about Elon Musk, being a billionaire, having influence or whatever, it's more hypocrisy. It's more projection. It's more double standards for their double standards. If it's just over and over again, the same thing. This is what the game they've been running for years. Now they're just mad that conservatives are running the same game and actually a better game now with Elon Musk.
Leaders. So she's got her own set of billionaires she likes. She just doesn't like Trump's billionaires.
Right.
Elon Musk is an innovator. He's a job creator. He's brilliant. He's going to get this done. He's doing it as a volunteer. But I can't help but think that she knows Jamal Bowman, Cori Bush, all these people she supported and endorsed lost in the primaries because they're seen as too left-wing. I feel like it's a play for relevance.
Right. I think she ran for that to be the ranking member, to be more mainstream. And Nancy Pelosi, even with one hip, says, whatever you do, I'm suffering here in, I think, Denmark, she fell. We'll find out if she could whisper something about Greenland. But she says, make sure she doesn't win. She got 84 votes, wasn't nearly enough.
AOC running for ranking member, and it's not to be more mainstream. It's to drive the left-wing, far left-wing agenda through. Okay, that's what she's trying to do. She's not going to be more mainstream. She might pretend for a minute, but we all know her endgame.
But I will say this. To say Elon Musk is like a billionaire or Donald Trump's a billionaire, you just diminish why he's there. He's not there because he's rich. He's there next to the president because he's innovative, he's resourceful, he understands manufacturing. He's not just somebody with great ideas. He implements those ideas.
And he executes on them.
And that's why the president keeps him close. And that's why as much as I like Governor Chris Christie, I think he's wrong. On Sunday, he said, well, Trump gets sick of you. He keeps you close for 3 months, and then he gets sick of hearing from you, and he gets rid of you like Reince Priebus and others.
He got sick of you, Chris Christie, because every time he'd see you, you'd eat him out of house and home.
That's true with people who are maybe aides. This guy is someone who's going to be talking to him about different ways to move our country forward in a way that maybe only he knows how because of what he did and what he accomplished between chips and brains, between Starlink, between SpaceX, between Tesla, and now he's got this other company that drills tunnels underneath the ground to get you places quickly. That's a guy I want next to me.
Lisa, this is what they did during our first term, trying to divide the president from his team by putting all these ridiculous stories out there, who's trying to be the president, who's leaking, who's doing this, that, and the other against the president. Well, all the while, he likes to surround himself with people who will push back a little bit, respectfully and deferentially. When he says what's going on, he wants to know what's going on. The Oval Office is the biggest hermetically sealed bubble in the world. So Elon Musk is just one of these, the best advisor probably, but one of many advisors. The Bible says wisdom in a multitude of counselors. How do you read all this?
Well, and that's what a good CEO does, right? That's what a good president does. Surround yourself by really smart people. He's surrounding himself with people, problem solvers, doers, titans of business, governors, people who've had a lead for a living. That's what he's doing. I think the reason why they're attacking Elon Musk so much is they're trying to drive a wedge between Elon Musk and the president, right? They're
obviously, I said it days ago, last week. I said it. That's obviously what they're trying to do.
Trying to drive apart this, team of Avengers that Donald Trump has surrounded himself, trying to drive a wedge there. But if you're Elon Musk, I think he's doing this truly for the right reasons. I mean, I listened to that whole 2-hour interview that he did with President Trump on X, and he repeatedly talked about the fact that civilization's on the line, freedom is online. Because what does he get from catapulting and destroying the CR, right? He doesn't get anything. But what does he get from being on Doge? He doesn't get anything from it. What did he get from the Twitter acquisition, right? He lost $24 billion on it as of September 2024. So, he's doing this for the right reasons. His heart is in for the right reasons. But, they're just trying to drive a wedge.
I agree with that. You got a guy like Elon Musk. He's made all his money within the system. He's above the pricing system forever. He can never be affected by anything, inflation, taxes. He's so insulated. It's more money than he could ever spend in 50 lifetimes, right? He's actually trying to destroy the system that made him this money. Now, it'll never take his money away, but he's actually trying to stop the establishment that he really built his wealth on. Oh yeah, he's brilliant. He's a genius. He executes his ideas better than anybody we've probably ever seen in our lifetime. But you have a guy, like she just said, he's trying to do it for the right reasons. He sees that this is not a sustainable path for everybody else. That I truly believe. He wants to leave the world a better place. I believe that. I hope he doesn't prove me wrong, but I truly believe he wants to leave this country and the world in a better place. If this country's in a better place, the world is in a better place by default.
Between Musk and
Harold,
Trump.
I believe Elon Musk and Donald Trump are going to have a long and productive relationship. As Vivek and Elon get in there and start to uncover and show us all things we can't ignore with our own two eyes, do you think you can get Democrats on board to try to get a little bit more efficiency in government and start slashing this waste?
I hope so. I'd be one Democrat, but I would remind you that one time that in the last several days that Mr. Musk, who I hold in high regard, he's a graduate of my school as well, the one time he told Congress to do something, they didn't do it. So it was Republicans that didn't do what he wanted to do.
That's this time. Wait till he primaries some of these people. These things don't happen overnight. Some of them are going to have to be shook pretty hard to wake up.
I think what Democrats have to understand is you got to be strategic when you are being critical of these kinds of things instead of cathartic. I think you have to understand both Trump and Musk, and for that matter, Vivek Ramaswamy, are disruptors. They're unconventional. The country elected President Trump or elected him again because they wanted an unconventional thinker to deal with traditional, conventional things in their lives. And you gotta stand back and not allow them to run over things, but understand that they're going to approach this a little differently. I think for President Trump, what he has to understand with Elon Musk and perhaps Elon as well, the closeness that they enjoy and the wealth that they have accumulated, the three of them, and to put anybody in the same conversation with wealth and with Elon is an insult to Elon, but the wealth that they have accumulated is so out of the realm for everyday Americans. You can't even access the wealth that in your own mind what Elon has, and for that matter, Vivek, and what Donald Trump does as well. But the president has to understand their closeness means when they start making recommendations about what government should be doing or the people they should be firing or organizations that should be combined, when those guys speak on social media, there is a sense that they might be speaking for the president. And the president made clear that they're not, but there is a sense when Elon Musk says, any Republican that votes for this, I don't know exact words, but he said it's the wrong thing to do, and he made it sound like there might be consequences. You can understand how some may interpret that to mean.
Good. I hope they do. I hope the rhinos, they do. I hope they interpret it that, yes, you might be in trouble.
That President Trump is speaking. I was glad to hear the president say that was not the case, but going forward, I think they got to be mindful of that.
Look, I wouldn't mind wrapping my head around that kind of wealth.
This is very simple. It's about schemers. That's all it is. The people who are afraid and yelling out is because Elon and Doge are going to be able to show us how public officials on $135,000 salaries became millionaires overnight.
Bingo.
Bingo.
That's what they're afraid of. That's why they don't like Elon, because you can't bribe him. You can't blackmail him. He'll say weirder things about himself than you ever could. And the President Trump, I know this from person, he can't stand yes men, and he doesn't like schemers. He doesn't need to fight for re-election. He's playing with house money, and he's going to surround himself with people there who are going to expose. So schemers, and as voters, we should pay attention to everyone who has a problem with what they're trying to do with cleaning up the government.
I think Tyrus nailed it right there. Nailed it. He doesn't like schemers. He doesn't like yes men. He actually likes a little pushback. He's going to make the final decision, obviously, but he wants to hear ideas. Anything I've ever heard about Donald Trump from people even that don't like him over when he was president the first time is that he will listen. He listens to everybody, and he makes a decision. It might not be the decision everybody likes, but he does take in all the input. I think he has an enormous amount of respect for Elon Musk, obviously, as a businessman. Who wouldn't? I mean, he's the greatest businessman we've ever seen. It's incredible. And I think Tyrus is absolutely right. The people that are afraid are the ones who are afraid that they're going to be exposed. Number one, right? How did these people in Washington they're multimillionaires by the time they leave office? Not even by the time they leave, while they're still there, obviously. I want AOC's wealth is skyrocketed, right? How? On $170,000 a year. How's that possible? If you don't have inside tracks and lobbyists and, you're getting tips on the stock market, they all get them. I don't care what anybody says. They're all getting stock market tips. They know when a bill's going to get approved, whether it's going to go through committee, and that's how stock prices jump or they plummet. They know it. Okay. It's impossible. They shouldn't be allowed to trade stocks while you're in office. End of story. A law needs to be passed where if you're a senator, you're the president, you're the vice president, you're in the cabinet, you're in the House of Representatives, you should not be allowed to trade. And neither should your immediate family. How's that? Neither should your immediate family. That's one of the sacrifices you have to make when you take that position. Sorry. Then we might actually start to trust them a little bit. A little bit. So tell me what you guys think in the comments. I think Elon Musk is going to stick around Donald Trump for a while. I don't think the relationship will sour anytime soon. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you think it's a good thing that Elon Musk has this much of an influence, which he does, on Donald Trump. I think it is a good thing. I think having him around is a very good thing. Very good thing. So let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you watching. Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas tomorrow. We'll see you next time right here at Opinions Vary.
Opinions vary.